Hey there, this is Jesse with Pair Booking. This demo is going to show you how to settle up an event and track the attendance. So I've opened up the app and you can see we're on the listening again. This is the account for all of our demos. That's the band at the top. So this show right here in the middle of the screen is for today. Today is April 12th, 2016. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I could click on it right here on the home page, or I could also go over to the bookings page and go to the contracted section and click on it there as well. And so I'll do that since I'm already there. And so I can see the event details, and I want to settle up the show because I've completed it. We've played the show. We've received whatever balance we were due. I think in this case, this was a free show, and so there was no compensation agreed to on this. I can enter expenses here, and I'm going to hit settle up. And when I hit settle up, I'm going to see the date of the show at the top, and then I'm going to see some details here. I'm going to see the remaining balance. So this was a free show, so there was no money being exchanged for this particular event. Maybe I was opening, or maybe it was just a free event. It was a good opportunity for me. And so I can see that right there, though, and it would let me know, it would remind me if this was a door split or if this was a guarantee, what is still due, minus the deposit if it's a flat guarantee. And so that's great. So you have that quick view to be able to know how much the promoter still owes you. So the important thing right here in the middle is tickets and attendance. And so every promoter in the country, in the world, the first question out of their mouth is, what's your draw? How many people do you bring into the show? How many people can come and are going to buy beer, or whatever the case is? And so we really wanted to create a way for independent artists to track their attendance. And it's going to be verified attendance. It's not just your word. But the point here is when you settle up the show, you're going to put in the attendance and the tickets. Now, they could be two different things, because attendance would be total number of people that were there. That's going to include other bands. It's going to include workers. It's going to include comp tickets, things like that, where tickets is exactly that. It's actually tickets at the door. So depending on the situation, depending on the venue, those two numbers might be different. You might just put in attendance instead of tickets anyway. But you've got a drop down. So let's say for this, you click on attendance and you're going to say there was 150 people there. And that's awesome. You want to see that. And so you're going to put in the amount of attendance. It's going to remind you, again, of your merch fee and what you got paid in merch, how much you made in merch. You can add expenses again here, and you're going to hit settle event. Now, when you settle that event, that is completed in the system. So two things happen there. Number one, if it is a flat guarantee, Pair receives a notice that you finished and completed the show, and we wire transfer the deposit to the band, to the bank account that is on file. We wire transfer that. Takes about 24 to 48 hours to clear the band's account. That's only on flat guarantees where a deposit is taken. In this case, this was a free show. So that second thing that happens, and happens in both cases, is the promoter from the show is going to be receiving an email. And it's a generic email that just says, thanks for doing a show with us. We look forward to doing another show again. And then can you please verify that attendance? And we want the promoter to see that this is a valued thing, because the more attendance tracking we can show for each and every artist, the better it is for the artist, the better it is for the promoter, the better for venues. It's a win-win all the way around. And so he's going to see that number and he's going to say, yep, that's the correct number of people that were there, or he can enter in the correct number. Maybe he has a head count that's exact, or things like that. And so we want to track those numbers, and those are going to be coming out very soon. We're working on our artist and promoter and venue database platform that's coming out late summer of 2016, and we want to make sure that those tracking numbers are a big part of that, so that our artists can share every time they play at a venue, every time they play a show, how many people are coming out. That's the big win there. And so you can also send the show details. So if you click that, you could send the show details of the event to an email. Maybe you've got a business manager, or you just want to send it to yourself. They do live within the app forever in the history, but if you wanted to, you could. And so you can send that, and then otherwise you would just hit done, and that show has now been completed. I hope that's helpful. And remember, with Pair, you're in control.